Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a tier list. Now for this I teamed up with two other professional players. Now one is the attacker from my own team Ground Zero and the other one is from over in North America. They placed top 4 in the regional finals and you might know them. They go by the name of Sanjee. Alright guys, today I am joined by two lovely guests. We have GZ Challenged, as you know. What's up, Challenge?
Hello, doing good.
Nice, nice. And then we have Sanjee. What up, Sanjee?
Yo, what's up, dude?
What's up? All right, so we're going to do a tier list today, and this tier list is going to kind of be how these Pokemon are overall. So say a Pokemon is like S tier in a 5-stack, but it's like a B tier in solo queue, then it would fit into an A tier. We're just going to do an overall tier list. All right, so let's start off with an F tier Pokemon. so guys, where should we put Mew?
Is that even a question?
This is
barely
Mew
enough.
is absurd, man. Mew is so like I genuinely can't believe it's still in the game the way that it is. Like, does anyone have any objections to Mew being the most broken Pokemon we've ever seen?
No. No. In fact, there's such a large gap between Mew and everything else. It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, and because of that, we'll do this, right, Sanjee? We're gonna make a Mew gap tier and change the tier names.
You know that
because
that seems accurate.
Mew is actually that ridiculous. We'll make this
Yeah.
F. Who has an E tier? What is that?
Yeah.
Like, no one has an E
You
tier.
silly. No one needs that.
Yeah, so we'll have
Mew
Mew
gal.
up here, and then literally, like, there is nothing in between this. There just really isn't. Next up, we have Challenge's old one trick. Challenge, where do you put your boy?
Like B or C, probably C.
Ah, poor Cinder,
It feels
man.
so bad.
It really does. Like, do you know why? Because of this thing. Like, realistically, like, you just can't, like, you can't play sustained damage against getting one shot from across the map. Like, Sanjee, what do you think of Cinder? Where would you put it at the moment?
See, I play in NA, and in NA, Mews suck. So I'd put it in B tier. But, you know, where Mews are good, I'd put it in, like, F
Look, do
tier.
you know
I'm not going to lie.
I'm actually going to move it to B tier because in your solo queue games, you can just rip Rayquaza. Don't do it,
True.
but you can. Okay?
True. You can
and
always
it's-
do the Reddit Cinder play.
Yeah, you can do the Reddit Cinder play, and it's sometimes a win con, so we'll give Cinder some love there. Cramorant. This, can we just quickly say, right? This thing got its boosted attack nerfed a little bit. This thing has been gutted every patch since it came out. Like, I don't think that's fair. Where does Cram go now? Like, in the
That's
B?
Nah, this is like a D tier mon.
You think
I was
it's
playing
D?
it last night. Yeah, because like you can't run Surf Hurricane. The build sucks. So you have to run Dive Air Slash.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
have
got
to run
nerfed
Dive Air
so many
Slash.
times. Plus the blue buff nerf. Plus the CDR emblem nerf. It's like the character's kind of unplayable.
I think it's not strong enough to like jungle, but I think it's decent. What do you think, Challenge? I know you love this mon.
Yeah. I'd still like at least you can outmobility most mons in the game with
Like,
dive.
it's better than Cinder, right?
Yeah, it's probably better than Cinder. But Cinder should be lower.
Yeah, let's just
It should be
honestly, because like
C.
I'm looking at this because there's the gap here. We can't have Cinder up here. Like, we can't have
Yeah,
Cinder this high
no.
up. We just can't do that. All right.
It
Now,
might be just
Sanjee-
above Cinder and C.
Just
to be
yeah.
honest.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is fair. I agree
Yeah.
with this. I agree with this.
That
Cram-
sounds right.
Now, this tier list would be so different if this thing didn't exist. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm thinking about taking it off the board and just doing an actual tier list without it, but we can't because it's the state of the meta. This mon is so prominent. Now, Sanjee, you have to take this one, of course, right? You've been playing a lot over this. Where do you put your Greninja?
Oh, people are gonna hate me for this, but I'm torn between B and A.
Okay.
And
Okay.
reason being is because Gren can just like get on top of Mew and like assassinate it.
You can.
But also people play a lot of Mime. So
And Clefable now.
I'm torn. Because if
Hmm.
Mime is if Mime is like in a certain tier, then Greninja would have to be in a different tier, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I would comfortably put it here, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like,
Yeah.
Greninja has crazy snowball potential, right? It does a lot. It can
Yeah.
assassinate someone out of nowhere. It's really strong. It can chain together kills in a fight so well. But yeah, in the current meta, like if you're like one level behind on Greninja, like you lose. Like it just can't do it. So yeah, I think B's pretty solid. You cool with that challenge?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nice. FT. I know everyone's gonna hate me for
agree,
this.
hard agree.
Everyone is gonna hate me for this. Challenge. I'm ready to hear your take. I'm sure we disagree here, but I think this Pokemon is garbage. I just think it's so bad. But Challenge, take it away.
It might be D. That's like as hard as I'm willing to push. It doesn't feel great. Like so many attackers just feel horrible right now.
It just. You know what? Which one's worse?
Honestly, Pika's worse.
Okay. Yeah. Pika is worse actually.
Are they both here? Or is it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're both there.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's crazy? Challenge has played more of this Pokemon than anyone in the entire world. Right? Like this Pokemon, it ruled the game in the. Remember when the game first came out?
it
Do you
was
remember
so
the first
fun.
meta? It was literally like Ninetales. It was the meta.
Yeah.
Then it fell out, and then it came back, and now it fell out again. And I guess we'll get another Ninetales meta one day. But man, this poor thing. No, all right. Now, Sanjay, if I at least convince you this is decent.
I think I'd say I'd probably put that at like either the top of C tier or the bottom of B tier.
Yeah, like I honestly think it's like tier, like under a challenge. What do you think? I played it at one of our tournament games where I challenged the Sword Power Espeon, and like I just like this mon. I feel like it chains together so well. Right now it's bugged, to be fair, so I guess I'll move it down. It has that weird bug where the stored power doesn't all go to the future side of target anymore. It like spreads out, and I'm pretty sure it's a bug because it's not supposed to do that. But when they fix that, I would put it back in the B tier. I think it's a pretty solid mon. And
I don't mind
I
it.
like it. What do you think, Challenge?
I don't mind it there. Like it also early game it has good enough security to kind of contest Mew.
It's got the best Swift, right? I feel like it's got the best Swift, and then it's like stored power
once
and
it gets 4.
future side. Yeah, and once you get like the upgraded versions, like I'm pretty sure Sanjay, was it you that I watched? You were playing, and you were like, I don't know how I'm getting resets, but I'm getting reset. And you were just like popping off. Like, like it's so good, dude. It's just so good.
Definitely does a lot better in not 5s.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I would comfortably throw this here. I don't know about you
Agree.
guys.
Yeah.
I think that mon
definitely.
can be played in competitive.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the top junglers. One of them for sure. It's a really really good mon. Like I mean we've all seen Scalded play it, right? We've all seen Scalded play Delphox. One trick this mon doing. He's doing like over 200k every game now. Apparently, he just hit some next gear.
Yeah.
But yeah, this mon is crazy. The ability to kite constantly, like this blue buff broke Delphox, like it just really did. And
Yeah.
I don't think it needs a nerf. I don't think it's like crazy broken. I just think it's really really strong. Because nothing is broken compared to Mew. So it's just really strong to me. I mean, what do you guys think? One of the best junglers, pretty balanced though.
Yeah. It's in a good spot, I think.
Yeah.
Has like good skill expression. It's not too insane.
Like, look, they could increase the unite timer a little bit, a little bit, because this thing unites every like 20 seconds. It's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, you know what? Let's increase the unite timer and let's just shrink it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And also,
Yeah,
while we're
just a
at it,
little.
let's make it last half the time because that move is busted.
That move is so
Unite
annoying.
is so annoying.
It's so annoying. It's way too good to be on that shorter cooldown. Like, there's no way that's
yeah.
on that shorter cooldown, and then like Talonflames is a longer. Like, come on, man. Like, what is
Right?
going on? Sylveon.
Happens.
Challenged. I know you love this mon. We're not going to talk about Scalded's cursed crit build. so challenged. Where would you put Sylveon? You've been playing it pretty recently.
Low B sort of area.
Okay. So you think it's like worse than Gran, but better than these ones?
Yeah, it's definitely worse than Gran.
Yeah,
Because
'cause
like
In like lane, right? Is this one of like, would you say, because you play the attacker for our team, right? So would you say this is one of the best lane attackers other than Mew?
I think so. So like yeah, the main thing is just there's a lot of special attack and just reducing defense for it is really nice.
No, I agree.
And it does a
completely.
surprising amount of damage with Hyper Voice. Like if you're
Yeah.
landing all of it, it's like 3 to 4k.
Yeah, I think it's really good. Like I might even put it above Greninja, but you've played it more than me. Like I think it's not as good as Delphox because Delphox like just has so many tools, right?
no.
But I think it's very consistent and just it's a very good thing to have on a team. You know, what do you think of it, Sanjee?
I'm struggling to put it higher than Espeon. I'll be honest.
Ooh, you know what? I can hear this. I can listen to this.
I think Espeon, its store powered build, okay, sure it's bugged, but it still goes crazy, right?
Hmm.
But even Psyshock Future Sight, like, is so strong.
Yeah.
Like, they do different things, but I genuinely think there's more value in Espeon than Sylveon, even though there's a lot of, like, special attack in the meta, and there's a lot of, like, tanky mons in the meta. And so
would you
Sylveon
pull
helps,
Sylveon
like...
down, or would you bring Espeon up? Like, do you think both are better than Cram? Tier above Cram?
Yeah, I'd have to bring Espeon up.
Yeah, because we did have it in the B before, you know. So do you think about like
Yeah.
what challenge you?
yeah,
I think Sylveon is better.
Right, I'm gonna listen to my attacker player on that one because he knows better than me. But right? So yeah, all right. I love Espeon. I'll fight for Espeon all the time. So the worst evolution, where do we put? What happened
put
to
it
this?
in F tier. Put it in the burn it. Get it out of the game tier.
Like, is this is still here, right?
It's still really good. Yeah.
It's above Delphox. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still here. It's this mon is like they didn't really do anything. They really didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they didn't touch it, and it's still broken.
Like, yeah, now you need blue buff to do what you needed blue buff to do. Like, it just doesn't really matter. Like, it's the same mon. It's
Yeah,
so insane.
It didn't
Like,
get changed. The nerf was
Yeah.
a placebo.
yeah, it really was a placebo. It really was. There's not much we can say about this mon. Go Icy Wind and what's the other
And
one?
kill everything.
Freeze dry.
And
Icy
just
Wind, freeze dry, and then one shot everything.
Yeah, one-shot everything. It's so strong. So I think this mon's decent. Crashy thinks it's the worst mon in the game. What do we think of Decidueye?
Rashi's wrong.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
I
like
think-
good.
This is like above Cram, below SB, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
this
agree.
counters these.
I don't think it's good enough for B tier though. I think it's top of C tier
You think top of C tier?
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
agree with that.
Okay.
because
yeah,
Mew
these
just
spots aren't
does
that
its job
different.
better,
Yeah,
right? Delphox
bit.
does its job better.
that's true. That's
If
true.
it gets jumped on, like it's dead. So,
Yes.
but it's still
Yes.
better than Cram or Cinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
You can put a
guys,
lot
we're
of pressure
talking
on.
about Spirit Shackle. Okay. We're talking about Spirit Shackle Decidueye. Okay?
Yes.
Razor Leaf
Yes.
Decidueye belongs with
Razor Leaf
Pikachu.
is the worst mon in the game.
It belongs with Pikachu. Okay. But yeah, Decidueye, solid CT. I'm happy with that. I think it performs pretty well. It's good at consistently poking out. Now in solo, it does struggle a little bit because you get dove, right? But if you position really well, you can have a lot of value and you can snipe objectives. So I think it's still pretty solid mon. Like, look, I love Petal Dance Venusaur. I actually think it's not that bad. But there's a reason this Pokemon has the lowest win rate in the game. And it's because this thing can eject and dash during Solar Beam, and this thing can't do either. Okay? That's why. Sanjee?
He's trying to.
Like, look, I honestly think Petal Dance is about here. When I play it, it feels solid. But I know that, like, statistically, it has to be down here, right? Like, it just has to be.
That's because people are bad and don't play full heal on Petal Dance Venusaur, okay? I promise you this mon is actually good. Everyone wrote it off. Like, I would be content
Yeah.
putting it, like, above Sylveon kind of levels.
Dude,
Like, this mon is
agree.
actually
I'm not
good.
gonna lie. I agree.
Like, think about this, right? Think about this. Venusaur on the old map, right? Why was it good? It got level 13 and destroyed Zapfight. Well, the mon didn't get changed, and now there's more XP on the new map. The only change is that there's Mew now, but we have Giga Drain, so we don't really care about that.
Yeah.
You can even tech in, like, usually you would run, like, Muscle Amp Focus. What if you just tech in an Assault Vest, right?
I mean, that's an interesting tech. Tech. So I was
Because there's so much special attack in the meta, right?
I was even playing the really old double band body recently on Petal Dance Venu, and I felt strong. I felt like I could fight everybody. So
It feels so good.
Challenge was talking to me before we started recording about Venu, and he was saying his take on it on what were you saying? Challenge, you I'm not gonna speak for you.
Yeah.
What were you
It's
saying?
just. It feels like there's a lot more burst damage, which is kind of how you beat Venusaur. Just stopping it from being able to get tons and tons of Giga Drains off.
Yeah,
and
like
True.
yeah,
Like if they actually just focus it, it dies instantly.
like I think a good Petal Dance Venu player that knows when to come in and when to fight, like say you're jungling this, you know what I mean, knows when to come in, when to fight, when to ult to, like, you know, avoid certain things, like that could be up here for me in the B tier. But I think that the way it performs overall statistically, the way people have been playing it, has it on the lower end, and I just feel like I have to put it down here. Like, I don't know where you guys want to put it, but I feel like it has to kind of go in D2.
You know, I
do
think I'm
it's better
biased.
than the F tiers. So yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm just biased because I have a kilo.
Okay. Now this thing has seen a rise lately. I will always and forever believe this thing is here. I think I've soloed this with Blissey multiple times. I don't think it's good, but for some reason people just keep playing it and ripping Rayquaza and winning games. Like you guys, I've played like 4 Duraludon games in my life because I don't believe in it. You guys take this one. This is all you guys.
I would put it above Cinder, I think, but I don't rate it that highly.
So I would say the same, but I'd also put it above Cram. Reason being, right? The Cram is okay, right? But let's look at Cinder, right? They're functionally the same Pokemon, except one has a massive circle that you can't walk into.
That's kind of true. That's kind of true. But like, now obviously, right? This is not Flash Cannon Duraludon. Okay.
No.
Like, 'cause please, challenge stop playing it.
It's fun.
So many games will be like, all right, let's play, and challenge locks in Flash Cannon Duraludon. Please stop doing it. But yeah, I get it. Like, this has objective potential. I guess it can rip things really, really, really well. It can create zones that you can't really fight in, and for some reason, this thing just like you think you've gotten like the knockout on it. You think it's gone, and then it just ults and kills 3 people. And I've seen it happen a lot. I don't know why. It's very squishy. Like, I don't understand it. I just don't know why it lives.
It has like Glaceon levels of burst damage.
It does have some burst.
It's
so
really,
squishy.
really good.
It just, you know what it is? It's because of the mons I play, right? I play like Blissey and like Wiggly. I can walk up to this thing and abuse it. It can't do anything. So it looks weak to me. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks weak because of what I play. So I get it, right? I'm sure it's very good. I'm sure it's very good. Sorry, Duraludon.
Yeah, try playing a Lucario or something. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
You have to
AG
you have one window.
You have one window. Damn. So where do we put this?
Oh yeah, of course, dude.
Look, you know what? Kamiru can go up here. Kamiru's cracked. All right, where do we put this thing? Realistically.
This is the worst Pokemon in the game.
It feels so bad. And do you know what it is? And like, look, I know I'm gonna little comments here saying Gardevoir's really good. And you know what? Gardevoir's not that bad, but Roltz just can't play the video game. If you jungle with Roltz, someone's gonna walk in and take your jungle. If you're laning with Roltz, your lane partner is gonna AFK. Like, no one wants to play with Roltz. It's just, you can't. They need to buff Roltz. Gardevoir's decent. Not that bad. It stuns you, it pokes you, it's annoying. It makes you rage. The ult is really good. But Roltz is the worst Pokemon in the entire game. And that's why to me it goes here. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, I've never seen it doing that well right currently. It might be better than the other F tiers, but I kind of feel like F tier is suitable.
All right. For me, it's less about Ralts and more about what does this character do that literally any other character can't? And the answer is nothing, right? The answer is literally nothing. Every single character in this game can do Gardevoir's job, but better.
I think like Moonblast Psyshock with like cooldown emblems and like a cooldowny build, like you spam it infinite, right? It's kind of cool, right? Future Sight is a lot of poke, a lot of damage. I think it does something decently, but by the time you get there, Mew already has 100k damage. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the problem, right?
By the time you get there, the game's over. You've died 10 times. You're like level 9 in 3 minutes.
Yeah, like
and
that's
you're
the problem. Like you're always
inside.
playing from behind. Like it's just not good. I'm sure I'm gonna disagree with everyone with this one, but I think it's like tier, bro. I don't think it's good, but I know everyone thinks it's so good. So Sanjee, you play jungle. Where do you put it, man? I challenge saw a clip of me getting 2 quadras in a row, and he DM'd me. He's like, "See, it's not bad." I was like, "It's still bad." Like, you know, like where do you guys put this?
Let me just say 2 words. Bora Reach. Okay, the best Gengar player that I know. Okay, this guy's cracked. I have to put Gengar A tier. Like I have to. But not just because of that, but because, like, just go play it in solo queue, whether it's Sludge Hex, which Hex actually got a buff and people stopped playing it because they don't understand patch notes.
Yeah, it got a buff with the range.
The Ball Eater build is also super, super good, right?
Yes.
So it's like,
Again, with me, my take
above
on this
Glaceon,
mod,
to be honest.
Yeah, my take on this mod comes from the role that I play, and that's why our opinions will be different on this. If I'm like a Wiggly I don't care about this Pokemon. He jumps in, I slap it, and it goes away. Like it doesn't exist anymore. I ult my team, it's gone. I'm playing Snorlax. It comes in, I jump and I push it into a wall. You know what I mean? Like I'm not scared of this Pokemon, but I understand that like it's squishier Pokemon might be scared of this Pokemon, you know, because it does one shot.
Getting one shot isn't fun.
I also think just on the Dream Eater, but no one agrees with me on that one. No one thinks that's a take that you can do. But that's my own thought. Even my own clips, I just put hashtag dodge the Dream Eater. I think they should dodge the Dream Eater. But yeah, I get it. It's pretty oppressive, especially into newer players. Like if you're like climbing and you're in say like like great and like expert and veteran, and you play Gengar and you know how to play it, like you'll win every single game. You'll win every single game.
This has to be one of the highest win rate mons at like beginner players.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's the best Pokemon in the game below Master Tier.
Hot take: this sits in the Mew gap, man.
Nah, I don't think it's like Dodrio is really good.
Is it Drill Peck or Tri Attack?
Tri Attack. I think Tri Attack sits in the Mew gap. I think it's so good, man. I think it's so good.
Is it better than Glaceon, Delphox, or Gengar, though?
I think so. I think so. Like, think about it, right? This thing gets on Mew and one-shots it if Mew doesn't have its 19 cooldowns up, right? And then it gets on like, it gets on Glaceon, it gets on Delphox. You got even Gren, right? Can you even play Gren into this one?
No, you get one shot.
Yeah, like Sylveon, no. Espeon, no. None of these you can play. You can't play any of this into this mon. You just one shot.
It's kind of like the Ultimate Assassin.
It's so good.
It does
and
so much damage.
if this invades you and you're playing any of this stuff, you rip.
You lose.
You're gone. Like I just genuinely think it's up there in the Mew. I think Dodrio is insane.
Yeah. And the mobility is like makes it so broken. It's very hard to pin it down.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why does its booster do so much damage? Why does it do what it does? It's a whole other move. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think Dodrio is insane, and I honestly would not be surprised this mon gets a nerf. I really wouldn't, because people are figuring it out now, and high skill level players are playing it, and they're doing some scary things. They're doing some really scary things. Man, the all rounder that could, you know what I mean? Like it's like little speeds that wants to be an all rounder. Like Zera's hard for me because I think Zera is like strong, but I also think it falls like, why play Zero when you can play any all-rounder? That's my take. You know, like what do you think, Sanjee, as like a jungle man?
Well, I'm trying to think of like where you would put other all-arounders. Like where you'd put other all-rounders on the tier list, right?
Yeah, that's
like
the
so many of them are A tier as well for all-rounders.
Yeah, all-rounders are really good.
So it's like a worse version of, well, I can't say the worst all-rounder, but like some of the lower tier all-rounders. So I'd have to put it like C tier, maybe above
like
the
C-tier.
Decidueye.
Yeah. I'm fine with putting it here. I think here is a pretty solid spot for it. I think that's a really solid spot. Zero. I think it's like, what do you think, Challenge? What's your take?
Yeah, I think above Decidueye is fair. It still has some really good stuff you can do dashing in and out.
Yeah,
but it's still easy to kill.
Yeah, like you can actually get 14 on this map pretty consistently.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
is helpful.
You could get it decently in the last map, right? But this game, you pretty much get it all the time if you're farming properly, which is really cool. And I still don't know why you need to be 14 to get Discharge Plus. I don't. It
does like lots of damage.
I know, but that's like, it's like really late. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like like, couldn't they just like balance it in a way where they lower the damage, like the scaling or whatever, or like they lower like the base damage, and then you get it a level sooner, and then you just have higher stats the next level up to make it the same. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, they could do something. I don't know. Speaking of mons, we weren't speaking of mons like this. We're speaking of mons that irritate the actual hell out of me. Where do we put this annoying piece of garbage? This thing annoys me so much, man.
I think it's B tier.
You think B?
Yeah, it can do some good stuff. Fly
really
is really strong.
Yeah, Fly hurts. The mobility is crazy. It can split push better than everything except for Dodrio, right? It split pushes so well. It gets in and out of really weird situations. You can't rip an objective if this thing is alive, because it's just the threat of Fly. It's the threat of all times, and that's what makes this one really scary, right? If Talon's backcapping, you'll go to rip, but then it will like ult back and then fly up, and then now it can still win. Like it's really scary. Now, Sanjee, as the jungle main here, Above Gran or below Gran?
Below Espeon.
Below Espeon? Okay.
Mhm.
What about you,
Because it's like
Challenge? What do you
barely
think?
better than Zera, but
I feel like it's better than Espeon and Sylveon. Like
Yeah?
being able to fly and just dodge boosteds from you is so good. Like
Yeah. I think
it's such a big deal.
I think
As well as just the escape
for
potential, of
me,
course.
it goes here because of its value in solo queue. Comparatively, like
That's
it's got so much solo queue value. Like it's a mon that you can play it in fives as well, and it's really irritating. It's really irritating, but it's like you can team fight into the team pretty well when it's Talent Flame, you know. Now I think this mon is really good, really good. I also think that I haven't played it on not Red Ping in a couple weeks, so I don't know if I can really say where it goes. So where do you guys feel like this goes right now?
It's between
I think
Gengar
you're
and
right.
Talon, I think. That's how I feel, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think
Where?
it's between Gengar and Gren.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, right? Like I feel like it's got like, so one, you can't invade this Pokemon, right? Like
No.
you can't
He
invade
clears too
Absol.
fast.
You
He clears too
invade
fast and
Absol,
he kills you.
it's getting
Yeah.
extra farm off you, right? It just gets more farm from you existing. It's so scary. Which makes it get its early game regardless, and its first gank is terrifying. Please stop playing Pursuit. Please, please stop. Sanjee put a video up. He lied to you. Okay, don't play Pursuit. All right.
Yeah, that was before the nerfs, and
Mm.
it was good in solo queue. Now it's
Mm.
just terrible. Just run Night Slash Psycho Cut, double crit energy amp, just go crazy.
I like Sucker Punch. I like the outplays. I like outplaying stuff. I really like outplaying stuff. But I get it. Sucker Cut's probably better. Challenge. What do you think of Absol? As like a Mew, is this like annoying for you to deal with?
They can be annoying. If you're playing back, they can't be too much of a threat, but if you're even a bit too forward, they can take advantage of that.
Yeah. Okay. So we're happy with that placement. This mon is like here, right?
Mew Gap.
Mewgap?
Mew
Yeah.
Gap.
It's look,
Mhm.
it's solid, man. Like
Yeah.
It's broken.
it's
so good.
I love how I'm like, this mon's here, right? I've done like 270k games with this mon in the past like, couple days. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's okay. Like yeah, it's
So good.
to be fair, even like the Scyther portion of this mon, like on green, I feel like it's free wins. Like I feel like I can just murder everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Scyther is crazy. Scizor doesn't die.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Doesn't die. If you pocket this thing with a Blissey and a Clef, like it's fighting forever. The only answer is what, like Tyranitar? It's like it, and even then, like you need to
Yeah,
turn
even
pockets.
then.
You need to turn pockets to fight it. It's
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
strong. man.
I've beamed Scissors like 7 times in a row, and it's still on half health.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so silly. Yeah, I think it's crazy. The buff definitely helped. It definitely helped. It went
Oh,
from
yeah.
so bad to so good. They might have overdone it, to be fair, but I don't think it's like game-breakingly broken. Like nerf Mew before you nerf this. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
I feel this
for
is
sure.
this is still not Mew.
Yeah.
It's really strong though, and it's cool. It's cool to see them like give attention to a mon that was kind of suffering. So we're all happy with Scizor. We're pretty happy with this.
Yeah.
So I was telling challenges earlier, Sanjee, I actually haven't lost a
Uh-huh.
Garchomp game in the past like since this map came out, and I don't know why.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's good, but I keep winning games with it. Right? So where did you guys put this one?
This is an F tier, dude.
Yeah.
This is so bad.
But I can't even.
No.
I'm trying.
No.
Look, it's better than them.
Ah!
I can
don't
at least like ult and just pray I hit some of these mons and do something of value, right? Like and like a big ult. I don't know.
You
man.
can stay bottom. Rip.
You can rip
Objective.
objectives. Come on, it does some stuff. What does Ninetales do? It bullies you up to
Veil.
like level 5, and then you then what? Then what does it do? Like,
See, but at least it has value until level 5. Okay, you know what Gibble does? Okay, Gibble just sits there and dies.
do you know what Gible really does? You play into solo queue, and people just like assume, oh, Gibble's super weak, and they walk into you in the lane. You hold A, and you get a double kill. That's what Gibble really does. That's what Gibble really does.
Right.
But, you know, it's
Gibble
really
takes
bad.
advantage
It's
of
really
bad players.
Yes. When I first started playing Pokemon Unite, this is a true story. I started playing a lot of Garchomp, and when I was playing beginner, great, expert, veteran, and I was like, this mon is broken. I was like, this is crazy. I got to like Ultra, and there were some people with thumbs, and I could never hit anyone ever again. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay.
Yep.
So like this mon is like, if you're versing brand new play, you take this into standards, you're gonna have to time your life. Quick play, pop off.
Oh yeah.
All right, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just I guess it can't be any higher than F tier. This like to me as like a comfort pick is still like up like here, right? Like it's
Oh yeah.
it's just a good mon. Like, do you still put it here, or do you put it here? 'Cause it's definitely
Mid-B,
weaker,
I
right? It's on the weaker side of what it's been, but because Luca players like have this comfort on Luca, right? It's still like performs really well. But I guess in the grand scheme of things, like I don't know, Sanjee, what do you think? You've played more Luca than I have.
Yeah, this is my most played mon.
Mm.
I think that if you're an experienced Lucario player, you can bring this up to the Mew Gap tier, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think as a general player, just you play for fun or you're just playing solo queue or whatever, this mon probably sits in B tier,
Yeah.
probably below Absol, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
and
yeah.
reason for that is like most solo queue players just play pup, right? Because
Yes.
most people, let's be honest, 99% of the player base is not good enough to utilize extreme speed to its full potential, right?
Just rips into the entire
And-
player base.
It's just the nature of the move. It's
Yeah.
very,
It's
very
hard, yeah.
difficult to get the maximum value out of it.
Hmm.
So most people are going to run Power Up Punch because a lot of people actually understand that.
Mhm.
Power Up Punch Lucario is still very good. You can get on Gengar, Glaceon, Delphox, you
Very
can
true.
blow them up. But also if you miss,
Yes.
unlucky.
Yes, very true. I
That's
think
why I have
Lucario
to
is
put it
still
in B
really
tier.
strong. I I actually went through my stream VOD because I go through my stream VODs. I try to find like games and clips every now and then to upload for
Mhm.
content. And I went through my stream VOD and challenge. Remember when I pulled out Lucario in that tournament game? Like was it like last week?
Yeah.
I was watching it and I realized I was like, because I remember playing, I was like, why am I missing every E speed? And I realized that I changed my controls for Scyther before we played those games. And Sanjee, are you like me? Do you aim E speed with left stick?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't aim E speed with right stick, man, and do well. I don't know what it is. Like maybe I'm just like not. I don't know. I feel like I have to use left stick, and with that setting off, man, I felt like I was a terrible Lucario, and I feel like that's how a lot of people probably feel. If you guys play Lucario and you want to play E speed, have the movement direction like that's the point of this, right? Have the movement direction. What's the setting called? It's like aim follows movement direction or something.
Yeah, movement aim follows movement direction or
Yeah,
something.
use that setting because I'm telling you, using your left stick on E speed, you will hit so much more than trying to use your right stick. It just is so much better. And as someone who's played I've played like almost like 1,000 games of this Pokemon, right? And as someone who's had that many games, I still struggle to hit moves when I had to use the right stick because I'm so used to the left stick. Like I'm telling you guys, it's just something to do. But yeah, if you're a comfort pick Lucario, if you're Sanjee, if you're like Lacoding, you know what I mean? If you're playing a lot of Lucario, I think it does sit up here really well, But for the average player at the moment, just playing in solo queue games, I think it's about here. And I think that's pretty fair. What do you think, Challenge, of Luca?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy there. I don't even good Lucas. I don't know if it's as high as Dodrio Scissor, but like maybe A tier around there. But yeah, B tier makes sense
Yeah.
because like you have to be very good. Like people
Yeah.
have tons and tons of games on Luca.
Yeah. You have to have
makes
a
it
lot of
Look
games.
a lot. Yeah,
A
makes
lot
it
of
look
it.
higher than it is.
Yeah, definitely. Like a good Lucario can just do things, and it's like Mew kind of has to switch like Electro Border down. You know what I mean? When you're a good Lucario, they can't hit you with Solar Beam. There's just no way. This one. Can't you just always be here? Why can't it always be? I love this. Is my favorite Pokemon in the whole game.
This is the mon that has the most potential to be the only other mon to match Mew in S tier.
I know.
But at the same time, its constant is probably at about a C or a B.
That's the sad thing. Like this thing can literally just win a game. It can just win.
Mhm.
But you know what? If you jump on that Mew and you don't crit that cross chop, you've lost the entire game. It's I miss Release Marcham. Anyone that doesn't know Release Marcham, cross chop has been nerfed by 30%. So it was a lot, and it one shot everyone, and you could run submission cross chop and one shot carries. It was the best thing ever. I had so much fun. I had so much fun playing it. I think for me, yeah, it sits like. For me, it sits here. Like I think it's better than these mons. I also have like a lot of games on this Pokemon. So Challenge, you've played a decent amount of Marcham, probably not as much as me. Where would you put this Pokemon?
I think around there is reasonable. Maybe below Talon, but yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel. I think it is better than the EVs.
Yeah. I think it's got so much burst potential. The Unite is like, let's be real, it's amazing. It's an amazing
Oh, yeah.
Unite.
Yeah.
It's so insane. Yeah, the mon is just super
Probably the
strong.
best.
It's just, it lacks sustain, right? And that's just so big right now. Fights are so prolonged at the moment, you know, and it's just a bit hard. Like burst is not as valuable on your all-rounder because you have it on your Mew. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, but you know who does have sustain?
My queen.
Would you guys be comfortable putting this in the Mew gap?
Yep.
Because I would. I really would.
I
Okay.
feel like there are 2 all-rounders that are better than this, at least that we haven't put up yet.
True. Okay. Let's actually move it down a tier. Because reason
Yeah.
being, if you're like Mame,
Putting it over Gengar,
or
like-
you're like me, or you're like Overlord, whatever, you can bring this mon to insane levels of play. But as a general baseline, not trying to not be biased here, the mon itself is like a solid A tier.
Yeah, I think Serena's nuts. Like it's my like safety mod. If I'm playing games even on like a red ping all day and I'm getting frustrated, I'll pull out Serena and I'll somehow just murder everybody and win the game. Like it's just so strong. It's such a strong mon. And if you've played this mon a lot, if you know it really well, and to be honest, like Sanjee, we played the opposite sides, right? I'm a big Axel fan. I'm a big triple Axel fan. I know you love your stomp, and I've tried out your double stacking stomp build. It's strong as hell. But I genuinely think Axel is just like, right now, Axel boxes everyone so well and just plays well into the game. It does a lot of damage. The attack speed's crazy. The mon's just really good. Like once you hit level 6 on this Pokemon, it's a whole different game to like 10 seconds ago. It changes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you can run them down to their base. They can't.
Oh yeah,
do anything
you're the
about it.
strongest level 6 Pokemon in the game.
Oh, by far, they can't do anything about you. It's insane. And oh, I love Serena, man. Like Challenge, have you played a lot of Serena? I remember you played it once on my stream, and you're like, "What is this? This is broken."
No, I don't have much Serena.
Yeah.
I played against it a lot.
Yeah, it's super strong, and the fact that you can now just like unite a Charizard out of the sky feels really fun. Feels really fun. I don't know if that's a bug. I hope it is, because rip Charizard if it's not, man. I guess we'll talk about Charizard now since I just brought that up. With all the bugs, man, like I don't know, like
I think it's still kind of decent.
but it can't play the video game. I know, Sanjee, what do you think? I know you love this
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I've played a lot of Charizard in the last couple months. Okay, so their last patch, they changed the way a lot of abilities worked, where, hey, you can't pick up hindrance resistance targets. So they gave everything hindrance resistant, and then they basically just made it unstoppable again.
Yes.
And they changed that this patch. So now things like Serena Ult, Machamp Submission, and other abilities that are like hard CC abilities can take Charizard out of ult.
The other Charizards.
Other Charizards even, yeah. So, for that reason, this thing, last patch I'd have to say is like an A tier. This patch I'd have to say is down in B. Probably,
Yeah.
I'd
And like,
say above Greninja.
and like, how about that other bugged Pokemon that makes it you can't even press your basic attacks?
Oh.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
the
fun
problem.
until
Oh,
you fail.
like,
okay, put it down to C. Put it down to C.
That's the thing, right? It has to go like here
Yeah,
because of all the
it has
bugs.
to
Like
be
the
because
mon at
of-
its core is really strong. Even the Fire Punch build is super strong. This mon is strong. It's just, yeah, there's so many bugs with Charizard right now. Timmy, if you're around, buddy, fix it, please. Okay. I think we're challenged. You go with this? Maybe like Zard as
Yeah,
well.
if it had some better interactions.
Yeah, if the bugs weren't the way
it would
they were.
it's really solid.
It's
like
really
the
good,
kiting
yeah.
is so strong, the ult is really strong. It
I
is-
agree completely. Yeah, I think the money's super good, but there's too many bugs to like suggest for you guys to pick it in your games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This thing, like with a pocket, without a pocket, right? Like where do you like? Well, actually, you know what? For 8 minutes, and then like.
I can't agree. I can't.
It's good.
I think T-Tar is extremely busted, and everyone's undervaluing it.
I think
Every
T-Tar
time
is
I
good.
pick this
I
character-
think Pupitar is not.
Well, that's okay. Every time I pick this, okay, you take this Mon Jungle, you get level 9 for first objective. Okay, for the next 7 minutes, you are a menacing force.
Mm.
You are absolutely disgustingly
That was-
strong.
it plays really well into all of these things, right? It's
Yes,
super
and
strong.
that's why it goes A tier.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm happy with that because I think T-Tar is really strong. I think that you have to play around. I think if you're playing solo queue T-Tar in the jungle, right? And you're versing good players and you don't have like good supports because you're in solo queue, someone's going to invade you and your game's going to kind of be hell and you're going to get stuck for a while. But once you do finally get to T-Tar, like you'll make up for it. You will make up for it. That's what's cool about this mon. It's not like Rolts where you evolve into Gardevoir finally, but then you don't do anything. You actually do a lot as this mon. It fights into Sizzle really well, which is really cool. It fights into the Drio really well, actually, to be fair.
It's just good on the map because of the shields.
Yeah. And it fights into Serena really well. It stops Rayquaza scores by just hitting the person's health under it and murdering them. It's really solid. It's really solid. It is. It's a solid mon. I do this. No. Like here.
Honestly, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't mind.
The lower I can put Gengar, the better.
It's just the only big thing worth mentioning is if it gets invaded, you're not getting 9 for first objective.
Yeah, no, you're not. That's the thing. You're gonna fall behind, and
you have to play some really strong early game lanes. If you're playing it in your jungle,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like if your comp is like 4 attackers, maybe don't pick T-Tar. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's not the team for it. You know, you've got to kind of like think about that. But in its strongest environment, yeah, probably an A tier mon. Really solid mon.
Just don't pick the sand build.
Oh man, the amount of arguments I've had over that. I can't, dude. All right. This is still broken. Like they nerfed it, but they also made Ironhead broken. So I don't know.
It's above Serena, I think.
Yeah, it's like here, or is it here?
I think it's above Glaceon, but not quite Mew-Gap tier.
Yeah, so top of A. I'm happy with that. I think Ash is super strong. The Unite, it feels a little weaker with the Rayquaza health nerf because not as much overall damage on the burst on the Secure, but it's still really good. You get free Regieleki, you get free Regi, whatever you want, really. The laning is like fine. They nerfed Shadow Claw, not Shadow Sneak, sorry, but you still secure it at essentially the same health. It's like this much less. Like it's essentially the same thing. Like it's still really strong, man. It's decent into Mew because you can block the enhanced autos, and you can block it for your teammates too. That's what makes it really good. So I think it's a really good mon. You can either choose the Ironhead build where you're healing 1,000,000, or you can choose the build where you have 92 micro stuns and they can't move. Like it's so solid, man. Like challenge. What do you think of this as an attacker player? Like is this one of the more stressful rounders to play into?
Yeah, definitely. Like the fact that its autos are jumping to you every single time is so annoying.
Yeah, like this is so good into Delphox. If you're having trouble with Delphox, play this mon. It can't kite you. It just can't kite you. You hit one Sacred Sword, rip Delphox. What do you think, Sanjee?
Pick sword, win game.
Yeah, pick sword, win game. It's so good.
Switch, stab.
It also sets up so much stuff from you with all the knockups. Like if you have a sword in front of you, you're getting free beams so easily.
Hey, challenge. They buffed it. You know what's weird? It feels worse now. They buffed. No, it feels better. I would say it's.
You can have B tier.
No way, dude. That is way too low. That is way too low. This mon is busted.
Look. Realistically, do you know what the problem with this mon is? If you verse a semi-competent player with any kind of like crowd control, even a micro stun, you can't get a move off. It cancels superpower, it cancels leech life, everything gets cancelled. But if you're versing everyday solo queue players, then yeah, it feels like up here. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know, because...
Oh, you know... Okay, one word. Clefable.
Yeah, right? Like...
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
Like, where do you... That's the thing, right? Like, think about this. Think about, all right, let's say we were to put it in A, for example. This mon hits you with either Sacred Sword or Wide Guard. As you try to hit a move, you don't get it off. This mon's passive, you don't get your move off. This mon you can get if it doesn't dash and kite you.
Flame charge.
Yeah, this mon stomps Grassy glides,
Yeah.
you don't get your move off, right? This mon pops its ancient power, you don't get your move off. This mon uses Dream Eater or like dodges with Hex, like you don't get like it just you don't get your moves off. Like that's what's hard about this mon. The moves are good,
Yeah, that's true.
you just don't get them off. So it's like,
I think it's worse than Luca as an all-rounder.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Sanjee, below Gren or above Gren? I think this is the deciding factor here. I guess, is it above March? It's above Marcham. It is above Marcham.
Yeah. It's
Your
above
ninja can do stuff. Puzzles can do less stuff.
Yeah, I think here is pretty solid. I think
Yeah,
if
I think that's
you
fair.
were like, if you were unstoppable, like hindrance resistant or whatever in like superpower and leech life, this mon goes like here, dude. Like it's crazy, but you just
Oh,
can't
yeah.
get your moves off, man. You just can't. Are we all good with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So I've always been an Azu believer. I've always loved this mon. I miss when posting my 140k damage game screenshots were impressive. I miss those days because now everyone's doing it. I think this is my hot take on Azu, right? I've always thought Azu was pretty decent. Azu gets everything a level earlier now, but at the end of the game, it's still the same Azu. It still needs to snowball, it just does it easier. But the end game Azu is still the same Azu. So to me, it still sits around like here, but everyone thinks it's busted now when it's the same Pokemon that they all thought was bad a month
Have you
ago.
seen level 4 Azu Jungle Invade?
You know what? Fair. You know what? Like that it just changed so much. The power spikes changed so much. Where do you guys put this?
Well, it's better than Lucario.
It is better
Yeah.
than Lucario, yeah.
I don't think it's as good as Tyranitar.
I think it's
think-
more self-sufficient, like in like the earlier
Well,
stages.
It
Aqua
especially.
doesn't
Tail.
die. It has so much healing. Aquatail is insane. Yeah.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
think
Like I feel like it's just below Sword, to be honest.
I think it's better than Serena.
I feel like that's a little too high.
Like,
Okay.
I think it's really good. I don't know if I think it's better than Serena, but
Yeah,
I think
that's
it
what I'm
plays
saying,
into
right?
these monsters. It destroys these two, right? It destroys.
Maybe it is better than Serena.
Yeah.
Because it has an easier time getting on top of things and staying on top of
Maybe
things. than
maybe it
Serena
is
does,
here
right?
because of the Unite cooldown and the power spikes, right? Like a level 8 Unite that's that strong is really
Yeah.
good. Like
Like it pretty much doubles its damage with the
yeah,
Unite.
it does. And I think this is the thing about us. It's an important thing if you're watching, and it's an important thing to like take in. With a mon like Azumarill, you need to take advantage of your power spikes, and you need to snowball. If you're Azu and you hit level 4, and then you go like AFK, go do your back crab, and like you show up to like the mid Bs late, and then you vibe in lane, like it's useless. Like you need to snowball. You hit that 4, you get a pick, and then you snowball out of control, and they can't deal with you. Like that's you invade. You be a menace. That's how you play Azu. I think if you play Azu passively, it's bad. Like I don't know what you guys think of that, but that's my take on Azu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has
I
to
agree.
snowball, but it's
If
not
you
hard
can't
to
snowball,
snowball.
you lose.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to snowball, but it's not hard to snowball. Exactly, if you play it right. Oh man, remember when this thing was like here? Like
Zap Boy Muck.
yeah. What do we like?
It's a little better now, but
It's a little better now. It's like this thing's biggest nerf. The biggest nerf to this mon was the fact that you cannot do Rayquaza from the top of the pit.
yeah,
That is
it's really
the
rough.
biggest nerf to this mon.
Like, I think it's below Zard.
Like
I'm not sure
do you think
where.
it's worse than Dura. Because like
No.
if you want to think about their jobs, right, this thing's an objective pressurer, right? Isn't that kind of what it does?
So we have 3 objective rippers right beside it, right? We have Cinder, Dura, and Cram, and it's better, or not Cram, sorry, Cinder, Dura, and Decidueye, and it's better than all of those.
You think it's up here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
I
haven't
don't
played it
think
much
it's
on
as
this
good as Charizard because Charizard can box, D-Knight can't.
Is it better than Zera? Is Fluffy Tail Discharge into Unite still good rip on Zera?
No. Well,
Huh?
yes, but
It's a lot of damage.
why run Fluffy Tail?
Yeah,
Exactly. It just uses the rest of the game. I feel that. Okay. So are we happy there, or do we move it above Zera?
I've been
Yeah, I think
I've been
it's
seeing a
above
bit more. It might be above 0.
Yeah. It's still solid, right? And like Hyper Beam still destroys you. Like it's still really good at fighting. That nerf to its healing was pretty big in its early game.
Mm.
But yeah, like Dragon Dance Hyper Beam is still quite strong.
Yeah, it's still the
Still
best
quite
secure.
All right. Now we move on to defenders. This one used to be so good. The Unite's still good.
I really like it with telekinesis.
Telekinesis Surf is decent. I think so. I don't know if you like Skull. I like Surf now. I've gone back to Surf. But I also like
so
actually
much.
feeling for my team. So, like,
So I'm gonna change your perception on slow, bro, and this is gonna make you drop it a few tiers. If you're ahead, right? Okay, so if you're behind, Slowbro Unite is really good because it puts the enemy on like a 25-second death timer.
Mhm.
If you're ahead, it's useless because it puts them on like an 8-second death timer.
But what if you use it like as a defender main, right? What if you use it to stagger, right? So say they're running. I'm just gonna drop it here while I talk. So say they're running like Serena and some other threats. Serena comes in, Slowbro unites Serena. Carries don't worry about the unite pressure for the entire time of the duration of the unite. They take out the rest of the team, then they take out Serena. You get what I mean? Like you stagger the enemy team.
Wouldn't it be better to just focus the Serena first, though?
I feel like it comes back and kills you, but you do with the rest of the team.
The main thing I like about it is like there's so many strong all-rounders and they have to push into you. And
Yeah, like
if you're defending your team well, you're gonna
like,
get
I'm
an
happy
ult
to
off
put
on
this in,
something
like,
valuable.
You know what? I don't think I'm happy to B tier. I think like C tier, like here, I'm happy to put it somewhere. I don't think it's like D or F, right? I think like
No,
here,
it's not that
I'm
bad.
happy with. Like I'm pretty. I think it's better than bugged Charizard. Like
Well, it can ult Charizard and call it a day, right?
yeah, you can tell. No, you can't telekinesis. Wait, can it telekinesis Charizard?
We need to
I
go to the
haven't
lab.
tried. Yeah, I haven't seen enough to know.
Oh no,
I would.
I hope not.
I don't think so.
If so, Charizard drops to D tier.
I think it's solid. The buff was decent on this thing, but I will always say the same thing about Blastoise. This mon has only ever been relevant when it can jungle, when it's strong enough to jungle, because its laning is just not that good. Water Gun's better, but it's just not that good. Like, what do you guys think of Blastoise?
It joins Venu.
Friends Venu? What do you think?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'd say like this. I'd say this is fine, because like what does it do, right? Realistically, like Surf, just use other defenders, they will push things, right? You know what I mean? Like if you go the rapid spout spin, why play the all-rounders? They're so strong.
Yeah.
If you're running like the ult, bring back old Blastoise Unite. I think saves this one.
Yeah,
I think that brings this mon
would
back
do a lot.
because yeah, we need that big burst from this Pokemon, the big giant.
But then
healing
it
burst.
puts it into like A tier, right? So like,
Just play Rip Comp, yeah.
yeah.
I just think I think Blastoise is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But if you guys and everyone watching, think about it. What have you seen the most of? Stuck at like level 8, and you know it's War Total. You know the answer is War Total.
True.
You've seen those 2-minute War Totals. We've all seen those 2-minute War Totals. I think it's just it struggles to farm a little bit, and it can if you're a high level player, right? Like I've played this in comp. You can pull out some cool Skull Bash into Water Gun to the side, secure. You can do a lot of cool stuff, right? But it's just it falls short. It just really falls short to other Pokemon of role, because this is a very strong role right now. This
It's
thing
early
is
game
solo,
secure.
man.
No, the Blastoise early game secure is also the buff to it wasn't too insignificant. You do notice a big difference there.
It's definitely better, but I don't think it's enough to
Yeah, no, it's not enough yet, but
to
it's
support the
not
level,
as far away
5
as it
and
used
7
to be.
power spikes, right? Like that's the problem too. If this was a level 4 mon, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, and I think I've been saying this for a while. Since they did it, I've been saying on streams. I said it in the last Year on Fire episode. Give Blastoise the Azu treatment, and then it becomes amazing. It becomes amazing. I think that makes this mon really relevant. And I've honestly think I've been saying this since the tri-lane meta. I was like, man, if every defender was level 4, it would be so much more versatile. There'd be so many choices, Some would be broken. They'd just play them top lane and they'd be broken. This thing is really strong in solo queue. Really strong in solo queue. In 5s, not as strong. Not as strong, but in solo queue, man, I'd put it above Machamp, man. This thing is so strong in solo
Never
queue.
dies,
It's so strong.
Yeah.
It's so
never
strong.
dies.
And the early game, if you're Sanjee, if you're playing this, as well as I do, into this, you want to scream. You want
Yeah.
to scream.
Yep. Honestly, every time I see a mammo, I want to scream. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
like, where
joy!
did they
If
actually
I
put
step
this?
out
Is
of
it
position,
here?
I'm getting CC'd for 5 seconds.
Is it better than all these in like solo,
Oh, yeah.
especially? Like, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it is, right? I think it's so good,
Oh, yeah.
man.
That
Like, it's
leads B tier.
borderlining the A tier, I think. It's borderlining
Yeah.
the A tier. Like, I think we leave it here and then we look at the other defenders and then we move it up if we think. But I think it's, yeah, like, what do you think, Challenge?
I don't know if it's better than Absol, but I don't. High B tier is, yeah, fair.
It hard counters Absol, though, to be fair, right? Like, I don't think
Yeah.
like, we don't
You
tier
can do.
things off
It's
hard
so
counters.
annoying.
It's Memo is just like so beefy. It's so beefy and it just like does so much damage for no reason. For no reason. If you play Memo and you get like ahead in lane, which you probably will because you're a Memo, you start one-shotting carries as a defender and they
Double
can't
stacking
take you
Memo.
down. Yeah. Yeah. I know Curly loves a double stacking Memo. I'm still a focus band fan because it lets me be very, very reckless at like level 3 and get away with some crazy things. But I think, yeah, in the late game, I think Cookie will go a lot further. Trevenant. See, I think Trevenant's like here, right? I think it's like comparatively to Memo, I think Trevenant is like almost as good, maybe here.
Yeah, that seems right. I'd say it's above Gren.
Yeah, maybe here. You know, because like I think Trevenant, again, right? Like a lot of defenders in like solo queue play like all-rounders. And Trevenant is he's got very good sustain. Now this is level 5 mon that would be broken if it was level 4 mon. Right? If Trevenant was level 4 mon, it would break the game. We can't do that. Trevenant is really strong. This thing also does not go down. It just doesn't go down. It does decent damage. If this thing didn't hurt itself with its own abilities, it would never go down. Challenge, what's your take on Trevenant?
Yeah, Trevenant's strong. I don't see it as much, but when you do it, it doesn't die. It's it puts so much pressure.
There's a synergy I like that I don't see many people run. I like the synergy of Trevenant with Tyranitar because the Unite counts as basic attacks. So if you unite the enemy team, for people that don't know, Trevenant's Unite puts a debuff on the enemy team that increases your team's basic attack damage against those opponents. So if you hit a big Unite and T-Tar unites, it just shreds them. It destroys them. Same thing with Charizard. Very, very strong combination. Like Trevenant is very, very good. Can we just delete this from the game?
Yes.
All right. So...
Yes. It doesn't belong on the tier list. It shouldn't be played. Listen, PSA to all Unite players, do not pick this Pokemon. This Pokemon sucks. Nobody will like you. You'll lose all your friends, your loved ones. Your house will just disappear. You'll get bad grades in school. Don't pick Greedent, okay?
Like, is it here just because it makes you rage so hard that you can't play the game? Like, where does it go?
No, this thing's actually pretty bad. Like,
You think it's
it's
bad?
actually like, oh yeah, no, this
It gets
one
away
sucks.
with everything. Like, it's at least like as annoying as Talonflame, right? It's like it gets away with everything, man. They fixed the
Covet
bullet
is its
seed bug.
redeeming quality, right?
They fixed the bullet seed bug.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's still
Bullet
not
Seed
better than
feels
Belch.
alright, but yeah, Belch is still better.
Yeah. Wait. What do you think, Challenge? What do you think of Greedent?
It's below Talon,
Like around
but
here?
I'm not
Or like
sure how much by.
Okay. So I just feel like this mon, like, I mean, to be fair, like, you can't judge a mon based on what you see on the scoreboard at the end, right? Because on the scoreboard, you always see like triple 100k on this mon if they're like very good, right? Or you'll see like, just like, but like that doesn't really mean that much if they're just like poking a tank, right? But, oh man. Like, it's just so annoying that it makes me rage. So I feel like it's probably like in my head better than it is, right? Because I get angry and I tilt and I play bad. But
I think it's like
I
worse
just-
than Slowbro.
Yeah.
I think so, personally.
Utility though, like in solo queue as well. Like, I don't know, man.
It is worse than Zard, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, like, I guess I'm not against putting it here because you know what, the mons above it are really strong. The mons above it are really strong. I'm not against that. I think Greedent's utility is very, very good. Its ability to split, push, and score, and just go around the map. It can last hit objectives pretty well. Like with Belch, like if you're on Belch Fluffy Tail, it's pretty solid. Its invade is very good and very annoying. It can really harass like early game mons, but its team fight just isn't the strongest. That's what really makes it weak, I guess. It doesn't team fight very well. It sustains really well, but you're doing a lot of running away. You're doing a lot of running away. It definitely has value, and it will win you games. But yeah, I guess this makes sense. Like, it's not, because like look at the all-rounders, right? Oh my god. Like look at Serena, look at Tita, look at Aegislash, look at yeah, this is fair. I'm fair with this. I'm good with it. I had to convince myself. I had to go through it in my head and convince myself, and I agree. I agree that it goes about here. I think this is A tier, man. What do you think?
Yeah, A tier.
It's my favorite defender.
Yeah, like I think it's like like I just really can't go lower and lower as I go. I think Snorlax is so good right now, man. So good. The securing lane is amazing. Invading with this mon is so mean. It's so mean. Block is. I miss release block, but I never want to see it again in my life at the same time. But block is really strong, really strong. Stop playing flail, please. Please stop. Please stop. Every time I see a Snorlax on my team, I'm like excited, and then I see them like flail their arms around. I get so sad. I get so sad immediately. But yeah, flail is not good. Heavy slam is so strong. Block is so strong. Snorlax's Unite is actually good. Stop thinking it's bad. It's very good. It's a very good Unite. You can get poked to 1 HP, Unite in the middle of a fight, and get 2 knockups into a Heavy Slam third knockup and block with your stem. Like, it's so good. It's so good. I think Lex is incredibly strong. So much pressure at all times of the game. It counters like everything melee. No melee mon likes to burst Lax. But yeah, you guys agree? Like, Lax goes here. Like, Lax is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a strong defender.
Yeah, which makes me so happy. I love Lax.
It's the only defender you run in competitive right now.
Yeah, realistically, it is the actual defender. Like, yeah. All right, now what do we?
No, I agree.
Yeah, F. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm a Crustle enthusiast.
It's useless.
Okay, I love Crustle. It is
if you're
amazing.
gonna split push, play Dodrio and Talonflame. You know what I mean? Like, don't play this one. It's just ever since the score shield nerf, like it doesn't like not working with Buddy and your ult, like it's pointless. It's just not.
Yeah, it went from C to F. And it's staying
now
there.
I'll admit, in a very specific team comp, Rock Tomb Crustle is decent. Decent. Okay, decent. Not amazing.
I'm gonna need to see something to convince me of that.
You've seen me play it. All right, you've seen it work really well. Okay.
Just heavy slam block.
That's the thing. That's why I said decent. Heavy slam block is amazing. This is decent in certain team comps. Gap, yeah, like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to try and put it in S tier, but Mew's in a tier of its own.
Yeah. It is like in the middle of the Mew gap in the S tier, right? It's like right behind Mew, but it's not quite as like Mime's nerf is like hit power swap confusion a little, maybe the ult. Mew's nerf is like delete it from the game. Like that's the difference, right? Yeah, Mime is they nerfed Psychic, and Psychic is not amazing. It's decent. It's still pretty good. It's still a pretty good move. But they didn't change the fact that power swap confusion so one shots carries, and you're a support, and you shouldn't do that. The Unite is silly. The mon is silly. It makes me mad. It makes me mad.
Now,
when challenge makes me play it, I get angry. What if
I told you that you barrier confusion 3 people and press alt and all 3 die?
No, it's true.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it's
fun,
true.
fair, and balanced.
It's very true. Yeah, I've played a lot of this. I used to love. This was one of my favorite Pokemon in the game before they did whatever they did to it. I was so happy. I used to pick it like just very like niche games and be like had good success with it and just play it and have fun. And I was like, this is a solid niche mon that's really good in the right situation, in the right meta, in the right hands, on the right team comp. It had a place and it was solid. But because the everyday solo queue player couldn't pick it up and just get 35 million kills with their support, they felt like it was bad. So they did what they did to Mime. They did what they did to Mime, and now I don't even want to play it anymore. When challenge makes me play it, man, I feel sad. I walk up to I hit 6, I walk up to whoever I want and I one-shot them, and that's it. They can't do anything about it. And it's just so silly. Challenge, what's your take on Mime?
Yeah, I mean, it's the second strongest level 6 mon.
Yeah, it's
so insane. It does whatever it wants. It CCs everyone.
You can't punish it. Like, it rips objectives as a support. It's silly. It's like anyone watching, if you don't think Mime is broken, I advise you to play it. One game. And it's insane. It's so insane. I believe in this mon, but no one else in the world does. So what are your takes on it, guys?
D tier?
Nah, you gotta give it a little more credit.
Really?
D tier?
Because let's think of it this way: Leaf Tornado counters Glaceon.
It counters everything.
Right? Like Leaf Tornado counters Aegislash, Azumarill, Glaceon, Serena, Tyranitar, right? It deals really well with like Cinder and Decidueye. Like Leaf Tornado is just really, really good.
Leaf Tornado Plus does that.
This is what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
So
yeah, level 11 Eldegoss.
this is what I was gonna
put
say.
it-
So Indy was talking on stream the other day, and he actually had a really good idea. If Leaf Tornado got the blind at level 4, but just for a lesser duration, this mon immediately goes like up here.
Yeah,
This
that'd be a
mon
lot more
immediately
valuable.
is so good. But yeah, right now it struggles a little. Pollen Puff is like not great. Cotton Guard is like not great either, but Leaf Tornado is so good. And the Unite is actually really good too. Especially like this mon in my eyes, and I don't know why no one in the world agrees with me. Maybe I'm a crazy person. This mon is one of the strongest counters into Tyranitar. That's what I truly believe. The Unite really scuffs Tyranitar's Unite because you heal them back. And the Leaf Tornado just blinds them on. And a lot of these mons are very basic attack focused up here. So it's like it's really good, but I feel like in the current meta, I can't justify putting it like above C tier. It has to be in here somewhere, right?
You can't put it above Charizard
No.
for sure.
Yeah. No.
Do we put it here, or do we think it's like just here?
As low as you can go within your acceptable range for me.
Because Eldegoss is reliant on auto attackers for it to be good, right?
So it has to go below them?
No, I think it goes above them because if
enables
they
them.
go up at all, then it goes up.
It counters,
right?
right? Yeah, no, that's true actually. That's true. It does counter all these mons really hard, like really
Mm-hmm.
hard. And it enables them at the same time. I believe in Eldegoss. I believe in it challenged. Let me play it. Get me off mine. Let me play Eldegoss. All right.
As long as you're not on Hoopa, you guys are good.
What was that?
As long as you're not on Hoopa, you guys are good.
I actually was playing it recently. You'd be proud of me, Sanjee. I was playing Hoopa.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's shocking.
We only play it when it's not meta. Okay. That's when we play it. Oh man. So I've played a lot of this Pokemon. A lot of this Pokemon at very high levels of play. And I honestly hate it. I hate Blissey. Blissey, a good Blissey is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love Blissey as a Pokemon in the game. I just don't want to play it. But it's really strong. I honestly couldn't. I think it has to be at least B tier, at least, because it enables so much. Is that thumbs up or does that go up?
That goes higher.
You think A tier?
Yeah,
Low
It
A
is good.
somewhere.
because it counters Gengar, right?
Mm-hmm.
It shuts down Hex entirely, right? It's the only thing that you could consider running over Snorlax. in a
That's what I'm
competitive
thinking too. So I'm like, you put it here. That's what I'm thinking because
so, yeah,
it
'cause, like,
enables
for
all these
example,
mons as well.
if we know we're going up against a Gengar player, we're gonna pick Blissey, right?
Or Lax, right?
Yeah.
Well, not even, we would pick Blissey over Lax because
Yeah.
Safeguard, right?
It's so strong.
It's so good. Safeguard just destroys
Lax
Gengar.
is on Gengar, but I agree with you. Like Bliss is a harder counter to Gengar.
Yeah.
It also Bliss's Unite with Scizor is so ridiculous. I don't know if you've done that. It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. I am of the opinion, and it is not the popular opinion, that Safeguard is better than Soft Boiled in most situations. And the reason that I believe that is because I think a very good Safeguard player, so Safeguard has a lot of skill expression in my eyes. It's not just like press off cooldown, right? I think a very good Safeguard Blissey is invaluable. You know, like I think if you Safeguard, example, if you Safeguard at the right time, say I'm trying to think of a mon here. Say Serena's walking towards your carry. You Safeguard as they're about to unite. That entire fight turns around. You know what I mean? Like a good time, a well-timed Safeguard is so good. I think Softball is still solid, right? But I think Safeguard is just like in the right hands is incredible. I don't know what you guys think of that.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I prefer Safeguard as well.
Yeah, I like Safeguard a lot.
As general application, like I definitely prefer soft boiled. Like even when I'm playing in competitive setting. But if there's like certain things that we have to counter, like say Serena ult or Gengar Hex or whatever, I'm like Safeguard is just insane, and I know I can rely on my teammates to be like, hey, Safeguard at the right time. You know,
that's fair, right? But say let's look at the current meta, yeah. Like just I know this is so good. Like say you're playing T-Tar, you probably just softball the hell out of this thing and it never goes down.
oh yeah.
If you're running say Dodrio, Scizor, like wouldn't Safeguard be so good to enable these Pokemon
Oh yeah.
to like another
yeah.
level? Like you know what I
And
mean? Like
also
it's like
against
Those
Mime.
Pokemon love it.
yeah, against
And
Mime
against
as well.
Mime, yeah.
Confusion is hard countered by Safeguard. So is Power Swap,
Yeah.
right? Like so, yeah. I think both moves are very good. Don't get me wrong. Like this is not me saying soft boiled bad. Soft boiled good. Soft boiled very good. But yeah, I genuinely believe that Safeguard is really really strong. Oof. I mean, with all the
It's
bugs,
strong.
right? Like with all the bugs, like because like it doesn't let Mons play because it has bugs.
Yeah.
This should be banned from competitive, right? Like this shouldn't be allowed to be played.
Yeah, it's the only other mon you can put in S tier because of the bugs. I think
Yeah.
if the bugs weren't present, this thing easily drops to like A tier, maybe even B tier.
Yeah, maybe even me, because the thing about this mon is it's an actual support. It's not tanky. It's not
Yeah,
tanky
exactly.
like Blissey. Like you can blow this thing up. But if it positions right and it's in the back and it's healing, like it does very, very well. For some reason, the gravity stomps do like 700 damage of basic attack. I don't know what that's about. That one's kind of scary, but yeah, man, the healing is crazy. They gutted Draining Kiss. They gutted that move.
Yeah, that's
from
so
the
sad.
BTS. Gutted.
I tried it with like full special attack. Like I went Energy Amp, Shell Bell, and like stacking glasses, and I did 30k damage. It's so sad.
Yeah, they gutted that move. But yeah, like the healing is amazing. The bugs are what make this S tier though, and I'm not really happy about it, right? If anyone doesn't know, it's supposed to stop movement abilities, right? And it does, but it also stops things that it shouldn't. An example is Charizard, if it uses either Flamethrower or when they're burned, because that counts as like the true damage. For some reason, those basic attacks don't work in Gravity. The Unite basic attacks don't work in Gravity. What else doesn't work in Gravity? Dodrio's boosted. I don't know if that counts as a movement ability, but that doesn't work in Gravity, right?
There's just so
Even
many
just,
things
like-
that you don't expect to be movement that
Yeah.
are.
Like
they
Talon's
count.
auto, for example.
Yeah.
I haven't
that.
tested it, but I'm pretty sure it
No, it doesn't
wouldn't
work.
move
It
in
doesn't-
gravity.
It doesn't,
It doesn't work.
yeah.
Yeah, Talon's
you-
autos don't work. And
You
like,
can't auto, and it's
you
like
can't.
that's a troll.
yeah, because I know it like dashes to them, but I think they just coded this wrong or something. Because look, I believe like a crippling move like this is necessary in the game that stops movement abilities. Like we've needed this for a while. We have needed this for a while. It shuts down like Serena. It even counters Scizor pretty hard. Like these things, we've needed this for quite some time. Safeguard counters it. You can full heal it. Like it's not a game breaking move. It's okay, but the bugs make it game breaking. The bugs make it like if I was to play in a tournament and this mon was allowed currently, I would be very frustrated. I would not want to play in that tournament because it should not be. It's just got bugs that need to be fixed. I'm very, very upset. So I haven't done a Clefable video yet on the channel, and I was going to make one this previous week. I'm going to give them a little bit more time. I might release one tomorrow. I don't know. But I have not got nice things to say about this Pokemon because it was a Pokemon with game-breaking bugs. Genuinely game-breaking bugs that was behind a paywall. And that makes me very, very not happy. I don't know how you guys feel about Clef, but I think that was you need, if it especially as a pay-to-win mon, essentially, it needed to be hotfixed with all the bugs. What do you think?
Making that one video true. Pokemon Unite is pay to win.
Like, what do you think, Challenge?
To be honest, I don't mind it that much, but I'm also not playing anything that runs into it
You play Mew.
horribly. Yeah.
You play Mew.
So-
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
definitely very strong.
yeah. I
think
don't
you
think
don't
it's like
play it in
it's.
Soliki, though.
I don't think it as a Pokemon is broken. I think the bugs are game breaking. You can't play Talonflame. You can't play Charizard. You can't play like you can't play so many things into this mon because it is buggy. And I just think if a mon is buggy and it's stopping mons from being able to be played, then it and you have to pay to play it. Like take it out of the game, hotfix it, do something. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I was just very aggravated with it. Hooper. Solo queue, it's like here. But with like, you know, a duo, a trio, a five, anything like one competent human being using your portals. I think it's not.
Probably C.
Yeah, I think it's not terrible. I think maybe like comparatively to Oldie. What do you think?
It's worse than LD, I think.
I think like
Yeah.
bottom of C.
It might be top of D, I feel. But
Really? But when
No,
I played it the
I-
other day, it felt valuable at least, right? Challenge a little bit valuable.
yeah,
I can't
is a
put it in the
bit.
same tier as Blast and Venia.
Yeah, like it has to be at least here, I think. Like and
okay.
Yeah.
honestly, I think like on a 5, on just like a 5, like an actual 5's team, I think you can justify putting it around like here somewhere. You know what I mean? Like if you're building around it, you know what I mean? But I think, yeah, in everyday play, like probably here. Because you can win with this mon. It's a win con. Like Hooper is always a win con, right? You can do things Hooper lets you do things you can't do if you don't have Hooper. Like it's very unique in that way. It can. Yeah. My favorite thing to do is if you get Ray and Hooper just unites everyone to their base, and you just all score. Like, that's my favorite thing to do. But yeah, I think Hooper's decent. I think Portals are still decent. I think Trick with Scizor is actually really strong, really strong. But everything with Scizor is really strong. So I don't know if it's that crazy. But yeah, I'm happy to put Hooper there. And then last but not least, man, I honestly like. This might be the hottest take of all time. But I think that this is genuinely like at least here. I think Wiggly is very good right now, and I think that it's a little slept on, especially rollout. I think Sing is bad. But I think these two mon are better. So I think here. I think it's better than Memo. I really like Wiggly. I don't know, but I really like Wiggly. I feel like I can do things on Wiggly, like especially with rollout, like I don't know, man. You can make plays with this mon. You can make some plays. Plus the Unite.
I wish I could disagree. Because I played it in solo queue, and I'm just like, I played Roller Wiggly. I'm like, man, this is just good.
It's just good.
This is just good.
It's just good. Like I think Sing is bad because like realistically, and this is my take on Sing. I put up a rollout video like yesterday, and I had some comments saying, no, Sing is better. Rollout is good because you're in a 5-stack. No, I played it in solo and it's still good, right? So rollout, right? Like Sing, let's talk about Sing, right? You think you're singing Mew? You think it's not going to just dash away? You think you're singing?
You're singing them for Mew.
Yeah, no, like you think you're singing Mime? He's going to push you with confusion, and you're not going to get to his team. You think you're singing Dodrio? It's going to hit Jiggly and run away. You think you're singing Scizor? It's going to dash. It's fast. It has a dash. Can just hold ancient power, jump, like safeguard. You can't sing anything. Nothing gets hit with Sing unless it's a very not good player. Like you can catch people off guard during cooldowns, of course, right? But rollout is instant value. It's good damage. You can chain it into multiple knockups. It resets your other move for more damage. Like it gets Wiggly with rollout. You get a minimum of like 40 to 50k damage a game. I've done 93k with Wiggly with rollout. Like it's pretty solid. Like it can definitely do things, you know. And yeah, I don't know if you guys agree, but I think Sing is just not in the great place right now, and the rollout is way better.
Yeah, rollout's better.
Especially on the new map.
I don't know if it's better than Mamo, but it's definitely up there.
It's probably got a higher skill cap than Memo, to be fair. Like rollout,
yes, like it does.
Like say like double slap into it's the boosted auto into the double slap into the rollout double knock up into the like double slap. It's like that big chain combos. You can hit those successfully throughout a game. Like you're very, very impactful. I think at a higher skill cap it's here, but I guess I'd put it here for the everyday player. Because people are going to be naturally better at Memo because it is easier to play. Let's look at the tier list overall before we end. Let's see, is there anything we feel like we should move? Then now that we've like done everything, anything should go up, should go down? How do we feel? Like, are we happy with...
Sylveon Espeon might actually be too high.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think...
Like, I think they're worse than Zard. For sure.
They're worse than Slowbro and Zard?
Yeah. I like them over Greedent.
Being worse.
But what other lane attackers do you play?
You don't play other lane attackers. There's one option.
So that's the thing, right? Say like, yeah, that's the thing, right? Like you only play this Pokemon, so it's everyone else in its role is like F tier because it's the only one to play. That's so depressing, man. Like the next closest ones we're gonna put in C tier. That's so sad. I mean, look, I agree. I honestly agree because you never play them. But man,
you'd
that's
run
so
Serena
sad.
bot before you ran like
you would. You'd run like
Espeon.
Sword. You'd run Sword bot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd run Sword or Serena bot. Oh man, you needs to be changed. This isn't okay. Are we happy with the F tier? Do we think all those mons belong where they are?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's dumpster fire down there.
What'd you say?
It's a dumpster fire down there.
Dumpster fire down there. Video idea. Let's do it soon. We play those 5 mons, yeah?
Oh no.
That would be so sad.
Thanks for joining me, guys. Everyone knows Challenge, of course. He's a regular around these parts. He is my teammate, of course. And if you don't know Sanjee, check him out over on Twitch. I'll have his link down in the description. But yeah, thanks for joining me, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's
Welcome
great
to
time.
Challenge as man as Sanjee. Thank me. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And have a wonderful day.